Okay, so it's me, Shelly, again, with my husband, David, who's nice enough to record me. As is tradition, I'm holding a beverage. I'm going to actually do a brief, since we stopped doing the videos on Sunday at the convention, kind of a brief overview of Sunday and Monday, and tell you about this little baby bottle of a drink as well. More of a recommendation. So I guess we'll start off with the con first. So I think the last thing we talked about was on Saturday we were going to hang out with some friends at a pub. It was the corner pub down, I think downtown Nashville, but I'm not really sure. I believe it is.
Elliston or someplace. I don't know.
It's in Nashville though, but you're thinking of the other place. As our friends nicely put it, you had passed by the gay clubs and bars, not clubs.
Gay guys got money.
They weren't like the hot ones we're used to around here. Probably lack of sunlight or something.
Don't bring back the American economy.
Shut up. So the corner pub's a nice little place. I don't know if it's bar or pub. Either way, corner something, pub, bar, whatever. It had a couple stories, and basically the top story was pool table. Bottom was the karaoke, and then they had almost like a basement area with more darts and stuff. Never did go to that part. We were mostly upstairs playing pool on the longest pool game ever, which if you've looked up on our YouTube, ILUVRHPS, which you should know because you're watching this now, you'll see about 6 or 7 videos of that night. So that can kind of tell you what we did. We hung out with Chrissy and Travis. They were super awesome, and their friends, I believe it was Kelly, Jason, and I think it was Jason, yes. He was the one with the cap. And then I think there was a guy named Adam, but it was a little slushy at some point, so we don't remember. Downstairs there was karaoke, and it was, but it was a very cool vibe. We had the coolest server. She made sure I was always filled. They had cider on tap, and even though it was woodchuck, it was actually pretty good on tap. It wasn't as sweet as it normally is. Okay, we'll start off with the most important part of the story that you don't really see so much on the video. David got trashed. How did David get trashed? He had a little bit of cider at the hotel, not a big deal. Then we went down there and we each had another cider. Then I asked for a customized drink, which is Patron, orange juice, and a splash of Sprite. David drank his. David drank half of mine. David also had Jaeger bombs, like 2 of them. And at some point, Chrissy and Travis were nice enough to buy us a Jaeger shot.
No, this is Patron.
Oh, Patron shots. Sorry, Patron shots. So David was a bit tipsy. After we got out of there, we went to Cafe Coco.
Yeah.
I think that's what it was. David doesn't even remember what he had, but he had a...
It was really fucking good, man.
It was like a bagel. What is it? It's a He asked me about 5 times, so I should have memorized this. Vegetarian something. If I saw the menu, I could tell you. Recommendations, if you're a vegetarian vegan, go down to the Wild Cow and Cafe Coco. Those are both good places. Cafe Coco is open later.
If they live in Nashville.
Nashville, obviously. So, after that, Sunday, I stumbled David into our hotel room. I don't want to embarrass him too much by telling some of the other stories that happened out of the way.
Don't talk about the drink over here.
I'll get there. I got to finish the convention because I didn't do any on Sunday. And basically, David was just a little drunk and was having trouble trying to find the bathroom. Okay, we'll end that. The next day, I woke up ready to go to cons to pick up my, to see, there was one of the directors of some of the episodes from Supernatural. He did Frontierland. And then Richard Speight Jr., see, I figured it out right. Brock Kelly, who played young Dean in After School Special.
You're all blown away with all the Hello Kitty stuff you're wearing. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
This is Hello Zombie. This is Hello Kitty. And then it was also Chad Lindbergh, who plays Ash, the guy with the mullet who is like MIT graduate. I'll get back to that, but so I let David sleep it off as I went there. Had pissed off at the coffee place down there. They have a sign that they didn't have their frozen beverages, and I had to wait like 15 minutes. Get past that part. So I get there, and I'm waiting for the panel to, start. And so we hear the director, and he had some nice, interesting story. It was a short one for him. Then there was the Brock, Chad, and Richard one, which was actually really good. They actually came into the crowd and more did things and question and answer instead of, everyone run to the mic. And it was very cool and laid back and awesome overall. The one thing I'd like to state regarding Chad Lindbergh, who played Ash, he's done a couple other things. I didn't even realize till they said something about he was in the original Fast and Furious, which we get past. But he's done the remake of I Spit on Your Grave. Now, I will try it out, but I will say I'm not sure. I'm not really keen on remakes, especially horror remakes. They tend to be craptastic. But I'm willing to try this out. The one good thing I will say is he was very passionate about that. He kept bringing out that movie about 3 or 4 times. And it's been released like last year. So he actually literally said, when someone asked, what role were you the happiest to play or most excited? He said, I Spit on Your Grave. And I think the fact that you just went out like that made him awesome. That, and when someone asked, can you do the quote that Ash says, which is, Buenas noches, bitches. He said that but he said it a little bit better than I just said. Okay, we'll get past that part. I did pick up my little cheesy pick that I paid like $70. Yeah, I paid $70 for a pick with Richard Speight Jr. and
Picture, right?
Yes, Matt Cohen. However, I think I might have mentioned this in another episode. I asked Richard right before they took the picture about. I didn't get to ask you the question from the previous day's panel about demonic toys, and it must have been right when the guy took the picture because he had this shock and awe look. So they retook the picture. When I went to pick up my picture, there was both printouts. So I feel like I got the best deal of that. I got the shock and awe picture, as I like to say, which I have scanned to put on my Facebook, and the regular picture. So, paid $70 for a picture with 2 guys, which is overpriced. But I got 2 pictures, which is a lot better than some people. So I think it actually evened out. Later on, came back to the room. I think we drank a little bit more. Finished off the cider. Didn't have a lot of it. We didn't dip into our Grey Goose, so we're saving that for another time. Went back. David, I dragged him with me, and we saw Misha Collins' panel. David is not the biggest Supernatural fan. He likes some episodes, but it's not like he's like me watching every week. He does find some of the stuff humorous, but he's very nice, and everyone knows I have an obsessive crush on Misha Collins. So, David, I'm going to ask you first because I'm about to sneeze. Thanks, sweetheart, for moving the camera at that moment.
I'm far away.
Yes, but I sneezed. I didn't want that on camera. Anyways, it doesn't matter. Time to refill.
I'm like 6 feet away from you.
I didn't want it recorded.
Oh, well.
It's too late now. Anyways,
everyone sneezes. It's a human thing. It's nature.
Let's go with the story. Coming from the guy who tried to pee in the fridge the other night.
Did not.
Tried. Okay, anyway.
Did not try. I would have realized it as soon as I looked at it, which I did acknowledge it was a freezer.
Dave, you didn't know, you were so drunk. You tried, okay, we'll get off that. Back to the point. David, what did you think of Misha Collins' panel from a guy who's not as you're not a hardcore Supernatural fan. You don't mind watching the show occasionally, but you're not hardcore into it. What did you think of Misha Collins' panel?
A dork.
That is true. David saw Jared and Jensen's panel and Misha Collins' panel. So what do you think about the differences in the panels? Or more point, which one did you enjoy more?
Well, I've only seen 2 of them, so I can
Well, you can compare the 2. You had the one with the big stars, and then
Misha's more lively. Jensen and whatever the other guy.
Jared's the tall one. Jensen's
They're all
the
tall. I mean, not like. Anyways.
The one with the hair was Jared. Yeah.
Yes. He was more outspoken than Dean was.
Yeah, Jensen is less more introverted.
But if you look at Dean's person, well, aka Jensen, his real name, he's not the same guy you would see in the TV show. More aggressive. Everyone thinks Dean's like an asshole. Just more rebellious. He is not that way when you meet him in person.
And he's very low key. Misha, however, is a cheeseball. People came. I wish I would have snuck in some footage, but like I said, I'm like in the butt crack seats. You know, if you don't pay $500 for a reserve seating or $400 for the silver, you're basically up in butt crack land. So even though I could see comfortably well, and I could see it well, I have to zoom in my camera so much that you can't even see, defined features. So, didn't really get any pictures or video of that. The videos I have uploaded were mostly for the audio value than anything. So I didn't do that, but Misha is very funny. Certain things that were brought up I do know there was mention of threats, and something about someone throwing a bloody tampon, excuse me, used tampon, it's a little gross. On his face. I'm hoping that was an exaggeration, but I don't think so. And there were cops out there, so I guess whoever was that crazy person is psycho. Okay, so back to the point of I'll do one quick comment on this, the haunted tour, then we go on to the review of the drink, since I'm almost done with it anyway. Points of interest. Misha taught everyone how to tie their shoes. A girl dressed up as Castiel Misha went up asked a question, and Misha was staring her down. It was kind of funny. Staring her down because kind of acting like a fake intimidation thing. Other things, some little girl mentioned about PetSmart, and the running gag during the thing was, wait, that person's legal, right? Yeah. It thought because the girl's 16, thought the sister, his joke is he's flirty but funny in a geek way. So he thought, oh, all the girls at PetSmart. Okay, now I'm going to go to PetSmart. That's the place to go to pick up chicks. He's married, has kids. Who cares about that? What else was funny? The other thing that was funny, and I just said about 5 times. I hate that when I hear that. So feel free to smack me later. I tried to stop the Okay. There it went again. Misha said...
Should you hold it? I need a tripod over here.
You got your hand. You could do the tripod later. You distracted me from my last Misha comment, so that way I can get off this topic, go on to the haunted tour. Oh, yeah, there was an amazingly larger than normal amount of men at this. Not like a lot. It's not anywhere near even by any stretch, but there seems to be more male fans of Castiel. I would even go so far as say straight male fans of Castiel than the other characters. I think it's because Misha Collins has kind of a goofy personality and he pulls it off. The one guy asked him, as he was holding his beer in the hand, what a trooper. He was like my new rock star favorite fan. Because he was kind of redneckish, kind of having a southern accent, hold his beer and asked Misha Collins who his man crush was. And he joked around and was saying, Justin Bieber. And he's like, wait, he's 17. Wait, that's not legal, right? And then he's made the comment that people in the front row said, yeah, that's legal. So obviously the southern people know the statutory rape laws, which brings a whole other level of this conversation. For the most part, it was a funny interview. I would love to have gotten a picture with him, but I was not paying that. Like, it was like $80 or something for a picture with him. I'll wait till Dragon Con and get it for $40. Bad enough I have to get cheesy professional. But I'm not going to screw myself over. I love Misha, and I'd probably pay a lot more, but I'm not that much money. On top of that, there was an auction beforehand, Misha, and Misha did an auction. Now, the auction before Misha is basically Creation's way of Jewing more... Wow. I can say that I have a little bit of Jew in me. Just enough to pull off of them screwing us out of more money. They sold these banners that they got the actors to sign. There are more... My mom has always said, I have more money than brains. These people have definitely more money than brains. Some of the stuff wasn't that bad. But someone paid $560 for a banner the size, probably bigger than this wall right here. When you say Dave, the Impala banner, it's bigger than this wall, right? Width-wise?
Yeah.
Paid $560 for a banner of a car that's bigger than this wall. No autographs or anything. What the hell were these people smoking? Seriously. I like the car too, but I actually could I'd rather just paint my wall. The only other thing is during Misha's panel for his charity, someone actually, he auctioned off one of the scripts from his copy of a script that he had that had his name on it and everything, that he autographed for his charity for Haiti. It's like $2,500. Now, I wouldn't have spent that amount, but I could see that a little bit better than a banner of a car that no autograph that wasn't like a legitimate part of the show. Okay, we're moving past on. The convention was good.
Wow.
There was the problem. I'll get back to this in a second about creation conventions versus conventions ran by someone who's not like a big corporation. I'll do a different video on that. So, Dave, remind me because I got a whole comment to say that. Sunday night we went ahead and
it's called vlogging, but go ahead.
This is called a figure. Record it. Fuck you, asshole. Okay, back to my point.
Sure.
By the way, this is not for young adults if you just heard that cussing. And the finger. And that was not toward you guys. It was toward the husband. Okay, back to the point. We went on this cheesy haunted tour. It's in a hearse. It was funny. It was cheesy. But it was something to do. And it was, I've never been on one of these stupid haunted tours anyway. So, we did it in Nashville. Looked around. We got to see some things. It was creepy at night for that part. He says, watch out. If you see spears of light on your camera, that's the ghost. No, I don't think so. As we notated, David recorded the video and I did some of the tape. And I did know spears of light. You know what that is? That was wherever the damn lightning bugs were lighting up right when I just took the picture. There's a scam porn every day. But it was a funny little story. We got to ride around. The only time I feared for my life is as we were going through the ghetto at dark and the guys busted out Thriller on the loudspeaker, which was kind of funny. And all I could think of is, man, those people must be thinking, look at the fucking crazy white people doing this shit. What the hell are they doing? Even the little girl. There was a family, a mom and a little girl driving. And the little girl... her little cute little girl in a car seat looking at us. We tried to wave, and she looked at us like, man, those are some crazy-ass white people. Overall, fun. Took us forever to drive home from Tennessee, because we went through Alabama. By the way, unless you're visiting anyone in Alabama, there's no reason to go to Alabama. There's nothing there that you're ever going to want to see. It's boring. Unless you want to see Confederate sites, because obviously there was about 1 billion of them from the side of the road, the advertisements of things for the Confederacy and stuff. Not my cup of tea. In fact, I was so happy once I got into Florida that I felt like a whole realm of reality changed. I spoke a little too soon though, because I've never gone down. We basically went through Florida. We went to I-10. Was it I-10? Yeah, I-10 to this one little side street that took us to 19. I'm hard up. Shut up. 19, we were down 3 hours. Can I say there are hick parts in Florida?
We might have listeners that live out there. Might get offended.
And I'm not saying all of Florida, but there's certain parts of the East Coast if you're going down 19. And I mean, I live in Port Richey, so it's not like I live in Miami or Tampa. But there are places that we passed through that we would see the city, that's, I guess it was a city marker, it could have been a town marker, and I'd see no buildings at all. I was a little disturbed. So that was that. We finally got home late. So happy just to be home. We returned the rental car this morning. Pretty cool, even though, you know, we have the little dent in the front, but I digress. Okay, now David, as you all have been waiting patiently, I'm advertising this drink. Here's the box.
Which we should have done 16 minutes ago.
Have you bitched? Okay, so we were in Sweet Bay. By the way, I don't really go Sweet Bay. I'm a Publix person, but we need to pick up something that was only at Sweet Bay that we pick up once every 3 months.
Okay, for those who don't live in Florida, Sweet Bay is a store that's officially in Florida. I don't know if you guys ever heard of it.
It used to be cash and carry.
We don't have a Kroger here, so... Okay,
back to the story, mofo.
Oh, yeah,
Sweet Bay used to be cash and carry. It might be in other parts of the country called Hannaford. It's not bad. It's just I prefer my Publix. My Publix has everything I need, where I need it. Publix is probably the nicer of our Publix stores. It's the classy grocery store. But I digress. So we were in Sweet Bay. It's like a minute down the street. Thank you for ruining the vibe, sweetheart. So, you know, getting a few things. It's like, hey, you know, let's get this last day of con eating and drinking craziness, you know, where you don't really go diet or stuff. And it's like, let's go ahead and get something to drink. One, they had a little Four Loko in like this. Obviously, it doesn't have the caffeine, but it was okay. But I was like, whatever. I could get Four Loko at the gas station. I'll get that if I really want it, but I just had that last night. By the way, Four Loko does not fuck you up that much. If it fucks you up that much, you're a lame person. It's caffeine, maybe not even that anymore. Maybe straight alcohol and sugar. But caffeine and alcohol and sugar. Or sugar and alcohol. Either way, if you're really getting that messed up, something wrong with you. I get a little buzz, but I'm not so bad that I'm gonna, like, have a heart attack or pass out or die from this. First thing, the only people who drink this other than my lame ass is people who are under 21. Okay? Maybe you shouldn't be drinking if you don't know how to drink right. Learn to drink good. You know what was a deterrent for me from drinking before I was 21? Is the crap alcohol. We would get our 21 and up friends to buy ABC brand crap, and we'd have to mix it with about 5 mixers so it would taste edible. Don't drink beer because that's crap. At least the crap beer that you would drink when you're younger, when you thought natural ice was good. Natural ice is not good. Natural ice is not good. Light. It should be light because it tastes crappy.
Fucking
it's not
battery
good.
acid. Ugh.
Anyone who says they like that, there's something wrong. By the way, David's brother likes Natty Ice Light and Popo Vodka. I'm saying that's strictly there's no possible way you physically like it. You may, by circumstance, feel it's cheaper and you can drink it, but there's no way you physically like that shit. I, myself, if I'll drink a beer, which I never drink beer, but I have learned that I can deal with some tasting beers. I don't like IPAs, but Dogfish was pretty good. The pumpkin one was really good. Pumpkin, I think they play on words, is pretty good. So, I'm not a big beer person, but that one was good. I like cider. If I'm doing liquor, I'm doing Grey Goose, Kettle One. Grey Goose if I got the money. Kettle One if I'm a little broke. And if I'm really broke and I want a vodka, I will get the triple distilled Smirnoff. But that's the lowest I go. Anything lower than that, I don't even bother drinking the vodka. There's no point. Tequila, I'm sorry. I'm a Patron person. Tequila and Patron. And by the way, I'm only a clear, like a silver. None of this dark color liquor. Rum, like I said, clear preferably, and a little more lenient. I will like Cruzon because Cruzon actually not bad tasting. That's probably the cheapest, and Bacardi. But not gonna lie, what is it? The Tommy Bahama rum. We've had that before, so isn't that really good?
Yeah, it was hard.
Oh, I love that bit. But anyways, those are what I'm sticking to. Not like I spend a lot of money, but I'm not getting ABC brand, cash and carry brand, nobody brand. Okay, now back to this fine, girly beverage. So what lured me to this, other than the fact that I wanted a drink? By the way, it is called Blast by Colt 45. Yes,
time.
Colt 45. Billy D. Williams' old drink has made a girly equivalent called Blast for the new generation. By the way, I did not realize that now, and I noticed this on a lot of these little malt liquor, cheerleader beer bottles, they put We ID. Hey, guess what? When do you never ID this crap? So anyways, this is Blast by Colt 45. Here's the box. Dave, can you get it pretty decently?
Blast. Colt 45. Okay. Snoop Dogg approved.
Okay, I was going to get to that. First thing, they have a couple different flavors. I guess they have a blueberry pomegranate, but we're in Port Richard, Florida. No one's drinking that crazy ass shit. The 3 flavors they did have at Sweet Bay was strawberry lemonade, which we did get, grape, which I hate fucking grapes, so I was not getting, and then they had like strawberry watermelon. Yes, I live in Florida. I don't like watermelon. Dave probably would have been all over that, but I'm not going down that road. So we got the strawberry lemonade. Blast by Colt 45. Flavored beverage. Yeah. Girly drinks. So this, what enticed me to this, one, there was a stand, and I literally kid you not, Snoop Dogg was on it. He must be the advertiser. So he is the Billy D. Williams for his day of Colt 45. Snoop Dogg, who has more of a persona for the way he plays himself. He's made himself a brand. No matter how much you liked him or not liked him as a rapper, he has made himself a persona, a brand, which markets very well. So, which is why my dumbass bought this. So this is a 12% alcohol by volume, which That's a pretty good one. We all like the more alcohol per volume for these cheesy things. If there's 5 or 6, there's no point in getting it. By the way, babe, please recycle. We can recycle this.
Yes, I know.
So, one bad thing about this is in like those 7-ounce bottles. It's like teeny weeny bottles. Not feeling that, but it is pretty good, so. So it's a little tangy, a little sweet. That's what you expect. It has a little kick, but I'm only on my first one, so I don't know how much of a kick this will have at some point. Gotta drink 2 more or 3 more to actually feel that, and I can give you a little advertisement later. But if you like this sort of thing, if you like the fruity, sugary tasting ones, this would be what I'd probably recommend, because really, if you're drinking this, it's not that you don't really care for the flavor alcohol. Whether it will get you drunk or not, I guess depends on you and your personality and how many of these you
There's
drink.
12% alcohol in that little itty bitty bottle, so it's gonna make someone pretty buzzed.
Okay, yeah, it's probably good. After I drink a second or third one, we'll take more video to see if I... Don't give me fingers. There's 6 in there, and this is my last day.
Yeah, right. Okay, I heard that before.
So, this from the guy who's busted out the damn Jaeger bombs last night after he was recovering from Jaeger bomb addiction. So, I'll let you know if it's worth the buzz factor. Taste-wise, it's fine, as long as you don't mind sweetness. It is sweet, but these things always are. Anything that's like a Bacardi, Mojito, like the Mojito, these Smirnoff Ice ones, anything, or Smirnoff Premium Cocktail, any of those things, they're going to be sweet. So, you know that in advance. So right now, it's good. I'll let you know if it's drunk, if I'm drunk worthy later. That's about it. Dave, any feedback on your opinion since you've tasted some of this?
Yeah, it's just very fruity. Yeah. Very Smirnoff-y.
Except it's from Colt 45, which I think this is their way to lure in the Anglos. Because they know us, or maybe it's a way to lure in the underage kids, because the under 21s love this shit. I sure did when I was
younger. It's going to sell pretty well. I have no doubt about it.
And I've already helped them out by picking one up and advertising it for my sister. So we'll see how she likes it.
I don't think she's going to like it, but hey, we'll see.
She liked the Smirnoff Premium Cocktail, the raspberry
then
lime.
You know what? You can call her tonight or...
What was it? It was like raspberry and lime. That was the one. I'll see her tomorrow. Why will I call her tonight?
Whatever.
Other than that, thank you for your understanding and hearing me ramble about the convention, Tennessee, and this. Later on, maybe tonight, maybe more likely tomorrow, I'll do some more video and give you heads up on if this is buzzworthy. And also, what I really want to bring up a point is the comparison for this convention that I went to, which was held by Creation Entertainment, which is a company versus conventions ran what I would call more fan-based. PD for Spooky Empire does an amazing convention. I love Dragon Con. I don't know who runs it now, but I think it's still more in... It's not as much a business running it versus... I mean, all these have some sort of business element, but not like a big screw you out for the money. MetroCon even. The reason why I say that is, and I'll get more into this, Creation... You could tell everything they did for that con was to screw you out of more money. You didn't just buy one thing. If you bought basic tickets, you did not get as much out of it as you would at a normal con. But I will bring that on for the next story, since we're probably hitting like the 20-minute mark as is, right?
28. Well, 29 now.
Okay, I'm going to stop now because it takes forever to upload like the larger videos.
Man, just editing.
F you, bitch. Okay, my name's Shelly. And the Hello Zombie, Hello Kitty...
Which we already talked about. Hello
attire and whatever. With Blast Colt 45. Sponsored by Snoop Dogg. Whether he actually drinks it like it, don't know. Maybe we'll find a video out there.
I would love to be paid to drink something like that.
Dave. Turn it to yourself for a second. Okay, Dave, say you're out.
Out.
Thanks. Bye.